Burnt lavender and damp asphalt drift inside the corner diner where their quiet fears reside. He sits across from her, adjusting his black cap, while she stares down at the city transit map. 3 winters built on promises now dissolved to steam. 2 young dreamers waking up from the very same dream. He clears his throat but no sound comes out at all, as heavy drops of rain begin to hit the outer wall. Neither one wants to speak the heavy line. They watch the clock tick past 11:09. A bass line rumbles from a street level speaker as the flame between them grows a little weaker. She packs her memories in a canvas tote. He turns his collar up inside a heavy coat. Love was a rhythm that they used to keep in time. Now they are poetry without a matching rhyme. No screaming matches, no dramatic sudden departure. Just 2 quiet hearts leaving one another harder. She remembers summer nights on his apartment floor, back when a shared takeaway felt like so much more. He recalls her voice singing along to old soul tracks before the stress of bills and time broke both their backs. Now every pause between them feels 100 miles wide, with all the unspoken truths they used to keep inside. Neither one wants to speak the heavy line. They watch the clock tick past 11:09. A bass line rumbles from a street level speaker as the flame between them grows a little weaker. She packs her memories in a canvas tote. He turns his collar up inside a heavy coat. Love was a rhythm that they used to keep in time. Now they are poetry without a matching rhyme. No screaming matches, no dramatic sudden departure. Just 2 quiet hearts leaving one another hard. Sometimes the heaviest burden isn't the fight, it is the silent consensus to part in the night. They stand up together, leaving exact change on glass, knowing this moment is the last one that will pass. The diner door clicks shut behind their heels. She walks toward the train, feeling how it feels. He turns south alone into the midnight gray. 2 lovers watching their shared kingdom fade away. Absolute silence shattered the exact minute. Your memory collided with my chest again. A half-empty tumbler reflects the blue television light, casting tall shadows against the exposed brick wall. Raindrops streak down the floor to ceiling glass, each drop catching red tail lights from the street 6 floors below. Your silk scarf still hangs over the back of the leather chair, unmoved, untouched, the silent witness to the quiet. The city hums low beneath the fog balcony, bass vibrations pulsing through the hardwood floor. I watch the digital clock tick from 2 to 3, counting the frames where we used to fit. Slow zoom on an empty hallway, dust motes floating in the amber street lamp beam. We built a scene that was picture perfect. Now I am pacing through a broken screen. Cut to the dark, cut to the static. Love was cinematic till the credits pulled us down. The ice cubes melt into warm amber, leaving water rings on the mahogany coffee table. I replay the final argument like a wide shot in slow motion. Your hand reaching for the doorknob, profile backlit by the hall. No raised voices, just the click of the lock and the lingering trail of your vanilla scent dissolving into dark air. Now the projector spins on an empty reel, clicking endlessly against the velvet darkness. The city hums low beneath the fog balcony. Bass vibrations pulsing through the hardwood floor. I watch the digital clock tick from 2 to 3, counting the frames where we used to fit. Slow zoom on an empty hallway, dust motes floating in the amber street lamp beam. We built a scene that was picture perfect. Now I am pacing through a broken screen. Cut to the dark, cut to the static. Love was cinematic till the credits pulled us down. Freeze frame on your face under the streetlight night. Steam rising from the storm drain behind your boots. You didn't turn back, you just merged into the black, and the lens blurred out every word I meant to say. Focus shifts, depth of field pulls away, leaving only the background clutter in this cold apartment. Fade to black in the silent room. The blue light flickers off the window pane. Just static, just shadows, and the quiet pressing back in. Where does the sound go after a voice stops vibrating? I sit in the idling sedan, watching rainwater pool on the windshield glass. 3 in the morning, maybe 4. Time feels soft like wet cotton in my hands. I was thinking about that blue shirt you left, but my brain jumped straight to that diner on 4th Street. The one with the flickering neon sign where we argued over something so small I cannot even name it now. Funny how memory works like a broken projector, flashing frames out of sequence. Your laugh mixing with the hum of the heater while I stare at my phone screen. I scroll through old voice notes just to hear you breathe in the background. My thumb hovers right over your contact name, then slips away into the black. The screen light paints my dashboard cold and heavy. Why do we build entire houses inside people who are already packing their bags? Do you still keep my jacket in the back of your closet, or did you leave it at a thrift store near the highway exit? I am chasing my own thoughts down a hallway that keeps getting longer. We were so good at talking until we finally had something real to say. Now the silence is louder than the bass rattling through my door panels. I just keep driving around the same block until the fuel warning turns red. Red taillights in front of me look like hot coals buried under wet asphalt. I remember the exact tone when you pronounced my name like a sentence ending in a period. Did I leave the kitchen light on? No, that was 2 nights ago when I could not sleep. My mind shifts gears without even pressing down on the clutch. You used to tell me I was distant, but maybe I was just terrified of falling off the ledge. No, now I am floating in the gap between who we were and who I pretended to be. Maybe it is not even about missing you tonight. Maybe it is about missing the person I was. Whenever you looked across the kitchen island, a chain reaction to tiny mistakes, dominoes dropping in slow motion on hardwood floor. I could dial your digits right now and ask every single thing, but some questions are better off hanging in the dark like unlit candles. Some doors need to stay cracked open just enough to feel the cold draft. Do you still keep my jacket in the back of your closet, or did you leave it at a thrift store near the highway exit? I am chasing my own thoughts down a hallway that keeps getting longer. We were so good at talking until we finally had something real to say. Now the silence is louder and the bass rattling through my door panels. I just keep driving around the same block until the fuel warning turns red. Where does the heat go when an ember turns completely gray? I pull into the driveway, cut the ignition, but remain in the leather seat. The rain hits the car roof like fingertips tapping on a desk. Still no answer on the phone, still no answer in my head. Just the engine ticking slowly down in the dark. An air brake hiss rattles through the alley right below. You haven't touched your drink in 20 minutes, letting it grow cold. I see the shadow hanging underneath your tired eyes. She packed her boxes while you worked the late shift yesterday. You keep replaying every single word she used to say, trying to find the moment where the sweet love turned to ice. I know that heavy feeling in your chest right now, when everything you built comes tumbling to the ground. You do not have to put a brave face on for me. Just let it out and let the dark night be. Your phone is still face down against the table edge. You keep on staring at the cracks along the ledge. Brothers, do not let each other drown inside the pain. We will sit right here until the sunshine hits the lane. Love took a piece of you and tore it all apart. I'm standing right beside you with a steady heart. A passing car turns down the block with low bass kicking deep. You ask me how a simple promise gets so hard to keep. 3 years of memories compressed into a cardboard box. I watched you give her everything you had inside your chest. You gave her all your loyalty and gave her all your best. Now you are sitting broken while the deadbolt locks. I know that heavy feeling in your chest right now, when everything you built comes tumbling to the ground. You do not have to put a brave face on for me. Just let it out and let the dark night be. Your phone is still face down against the table edge. You keep on staring at the cracks along the ledge. Brothers, do not let each other drown inside the pain. We will sit right here until the sunshine hits the lane. Love took a piece of you and tore it all apart. I'm standing right beside you with a steady heart. We used to talk about the future when the city slept, counted up our victories and secrets that we kept. This heartbreak is a season that will eventually pass. Pour another glass of water, put down the shattered glass. You will rebuild the man you were before she walked away. I will be right here beside you every single day. Your phone is still face down against the table edge. You keep on staring at the cracks along the ledge. Brothers, do not let each other drown inside the pain. We will sit right here until the sunshine hits the lane. Love took a piece of you and tore it all apart. I'm standing right beside you with a steady heart. The street sounds quiet down as midnight turns to 3. Leave the phone right where it is and take a breath with me. Yeah, you are gonna make it through this night, my friend. This is just a chapter, not the way your story ends. Toasted hazelnut cologne lingers near the door, where he left his heavy coat on her apartment floor. She folds the navy sweater that he used to wear, inhaling every trace of what was once right there. He walks 3 blocks away beneath a heavy sky, wondering if moving on is worth another try. 2 different rooms, 2 hearts that used to sink, now pouring good vintage straight down the kitchen sink. She checks her luck, he checks his phone. Neither one can stand to be alone. The silence speaks in heavy tones, breaking down what they had grown. He keeps her favorite song on repeat while she counts the footsteps on the street. They built a world of velvet nights and low light, now trading memories in the middle of a cold night. Love was a promise that they couldn't keep, leaving both of them awake while the city goes to sleep. Yeah. He remembers how she laughed inside the late night diner. No one in this crowded town could ever be finer. She sits beside the window with a cup of tea, wishing she could alter what was meant to be. A spare key rests inside her coat pocket still. She tries to put it down but likes the prop but will. Prop built a wall that neither side would break, paying for the choices that they had to make. She checks her lock, he checks his phone. Neither one can stand to be alone. The silence speaks in heavy tones, breaking down what they had grown. He keeps her favorite song on repeat, while she counts the footsteps on the street. They built a world of velvet nights and low light, now trading memories in the middle of a cold night. Love was a promise that they couldn't keep, leaving both of them awake while the city goes to sleep. He almost calls at 2 in the morning, ignoring every sign and every warning. She holds her breath each time the screen turns bright, trapped inside the middle of a quiet fight. No raised voices, no dramatic scene, just a sudden space where devotion used to be. The hazelnut scent slowly starts to fade, along with every promise that they ever made. He turns the corner, she turns off the light. Two strangers fading in the Brooklyn night. A sudden memory cut through quiet room tones. The blue LED clock blinked 2:03. Rain washed the window pane like spilled indigo ink, and I watched your shadow lean against the hallway wall. You were lacing up your boots in slow motion, leaving every word we said hanging in midair. The ceiling fan turned without a whisper, tracing circles over the place where you used to sleep. Now the apartment feels like an abandoned film set. The studio lights are turned off for the night. I stand in the doorway holding half-written lines, replaying the last frame under cold fluorescent light. We are a wide shot fading into shadow, a low bass melody playing in an empty room. I kept the aperture wide just to capture your outline, but the lens blew out when you walked into the dark. Every scene we shot was beautiful and heavy. Now I am editing a movie with no happy ending. The kitchen counter holds 2 glass bottles of soda. Condensation drips down the green tinted glass. Outside the city hums like a muffled synthesizer. Passing headlights sweep across the empty couch cushions. You left your vintage denim folded on the chair, smelling like clove cigarettes and rain on asphalt. I touch the fabric like it holds a secret code, waiting for the soundtrack to drop into silence. We are a wide shot fading into shadow, a low bass melody playing in an empty room. I kept the aperture wide just to capture your outline, but the lens blew out when you walked into the dark. Every scene we shot was beautiful and heavy. Now I am editing a movie with no happy ending. Cut to the flashback on the rooftop balcony, laughter bleeding into the baseline. From downstairs, we thought the real would run forever on loop before the projector heat melted the film strip. Now the screen goes gray, the audio cuts out, and I'm sitting in the front row alone. rewind the tape. Pause on your smile, static on the monitor. The credits roll in silence. Darkness takes the room. Who decides when a memory dies? I ask the ceiling fan, spinning in slow circles above my unmade bed. Your toothbrush still sitting in the glass, blue and green interlocking like we used to be. My mind jumps from that midnight drive through Jersey to that petty argument about the electric bill. Why do I remember the smell of your cocoa butter clearer than the sound of your voice saying goodbye? I keep rewinding the exact second you pulled your wrist away. It was smooth like silk, slipping off a marble counter. Now I am counting the cracks in the drywall, wondering if the guy who lived here before me felt this exact same hollow weight in his chest. Thoughts bleeding into thoughts, no periods, just endless commas. I trace the outline of your absence on the left side of the mattress. Is it crazy that I miss your messy habits more than your sweetness? The whole apartment holds its breath, waiting for a key that will never turn in the lock again. We were writing poetry on crumpled napkins, now it is just trash in the kitchen bin. Love turned into a stranger wearing your favorite jacket, walking away through the rain. I'm stuck in the infinite loop of your last soft sentence. Where did the two of us go when we stopped being us? All those conversations we avoided in the dark are still echoing in the hallway, and I cannot find the light switch to turn this silence off. Maybe I should wash the oversized hoodie, but your lingering scent is the last physical evidence I possess. My phone screen lights up with the weather alert, and my heart drops off a cliff thinking it was your name. Just a stream of random thoughts, like how you always hated salted butter, and how I learned to love the taste of it just to make you laugh on Sunday mornings. Did you take that thrift store painting of the ocean, or did I throw it in the closet? Everything is tangled up, past tense mixing with the present moment. You were probably fast asleep, 3 area codes away right now, while I am sitting here dissecting every single word you chose not to speak. If love is an agreement, who broke the lease first? Was it the night you stopped asking how my date went at work, or the evening I looked at you across the dinner table and felt 1,000 miles of open water? The thought hits me sideways, sudden and sharp like glass. I never really knew what you were picturing whenever you stared out the window. We were writing poetry on crumpled napkins, now it is just trash in the kitchen bin. Love turned into a stranger wearing your favorite jacket, walking away through the rain. I'm stuck in the infinite loop of your last soft sentence. Where did the two of us go when we stopped being us? All those conversations we avoided in the dark are still echoing in the hallway, and I cannot find the light switch to turn this silence off. Still spinning, that fan is still turning above me. Another unanswerable question sitting on my tongue with nowhere to land. Where does all the spent love go when nobody is left to hold it? Just the low electric hum of the refrigerator, and me slowly running out of random thoughts to escape you. Violet fluorescent haze, coast of vinyl booth where I sit alone, staring at a black screen waiting for a call that will never hit my phone. An old man sitting 2 stools down leans over his ceramic mug. He sees the heavy shadow on my chest that I tried so hard to tuck. He asks me why a young guy carries so much weight on a Tuesday night. I tell him 6 years just evaporated right under the city lights. He nods his head and slides his saucer an inch to the side. Says the hardest part of letting go is finding a place to hide. I tell him she packed her boxes while I watch from the hallway floor, and now I am spilling my whole heart out to a man I never met before. We were building a kingdom out of promises that could not stand the weather. Now I'm paying cash for cold advice from a midnight stranger. He tells me love is sometimes just a room you gotta walk on out of, even when your boots are heavy and your chest is filled with doubt. I'm learning how to say her name without my voice breaking down. The stranger tells me he buried his own heart 30 years ago in Chicago. Said he kept a dry rose in his glove box everywhere he used to go. Until he realized holding on was just hurting his own calloused hands. I pull out my wallet, show a picture of us standing in the summer sand. He looks at her, smile and says, son, she looks like she already moved on. He stings like salt water in an open cut, but I know he is not wrong. He nods his head and slides his saucer an inch to the side. Says the hardest part of letting go is finding a place to hide. I tell him she packed her boxes while I watch from the hallway floor. And now I am spilling my whole heart out to a man I never met before. We were building a kingdom out of promises that could not stand the weather. Now I'm paying cash for cold advice from a midnight stranger. He tells me love is sometimes just a room you gotta walk on out of, even when your boots are heavy and your chest is filled with doubt. I'm learning how to say her name without my voice breaking down. Strange how a face you do not know can hold the mirror so clear. No history to protect, no quiet lies to keep us sitting here. I'll leave a 20 on the counter beside his half-empty cup. He tells me keep your head high, kid, you are gonna grow up. Violet fluorescent haze fades into the pale blue street outside. I walk into the quiet air with nowhere left to hide. 2 cups on the counter behind me, 1 story left in the dark. I finally leave her behind me. 417 blinks red across the ceiling. I project a future where I lose this feeling. Picture us in 36 or 40 months, walking past each other without stopping once. Yeah, you will be holding someone else's winter coat. I will be humming melodies I never wrote. Standing in a coffee shop on 9th Avenue. Acting like my heart never belonged to you. I close my eyes and fast forward the scene to a universe where we are 33. Will you smile polite and ask me how I have been, or look right through me like a ghost in the wind? 5 years from tonight, when the city turns cold and both of our stories are finally told, I wonder if my name will still ring the chime, or if I will just be a blur frozen in time. We swore we were permanent, written in stone. Now I am sketching a tomorrow where I walk alone. I can see you sitting in the high-rise view, different haircut, maybe a new tattoo. Checking your watch around midnight precise, paying for dinner and not thinking twice. I will be in a studio somewhere downtown, mixing down tracks while the rain pours down. We will share the same sky but different lives, 2 strangers surviving what love could not survive. I close my eyes and fast forward the scene to a universe where we are 33. Will you smile polite and ask me how I have been, or look right through me like a ghost in the wind? 5 years from tonight, when the city turns cold and both of our stories are finally told, I wonder if my name will still ring the chime, or if I will just be a blur frozen in time. We swore we were permanent, written in stone. beef with the velvet touch takes away the things that used to hurt so much. I picture us polite, distant and refined, leaving every promise that we made behind. No anger in the future, just a quiet space where I do not even look for your face. 417 turns into 418. Fade out the picture on my mental screen. 5 years from tonight, wherever you are, I hope you are happy under your own star. Just two strangers in the distant light. 5 years from tonight. A faded red lighter stays resting beside my glass. I flick the wheel twice, but the spark doesn't ever last. You left it here back when we thought we could cure the cold. Now I'm sitting alone with stories we never told. I replay every argument under my breath tonight, wondering who really won when we lost the light. My chest feels heavy, the air in this room is thin, tracing the scuffs on the plastic where your grip had been. I keep convincing myself I'm fine on my own, filtering calls just to stare at a quiet phone. Every silence reminds me of words I withheld from you. Now I'm paying the interest on debts overdue. I keep holding on to things that were meant to fade, counting the shadows from promises that we made. You took your coats, you took your keys, you took your time. Now I'm stuck in this corner, making your absence rhyme. If love was a fire, we burned through the wood too fast. Leaving me here with the spark that was built to last. The city outside rolls on like we never failed. Subway lights flashing while all of my thoughts get derailed. I thought I was strong enough to just pull the shade, but every memory hits like a sharpened blade. You asked for honesty, I gave you my cool defense, trying to guard my ego instead of making sense. Now the apartment feels twice the size it used to be, and I'm just an anchor floating in a silent sea. Convincing myself I'm fine on my own, filtering calls just to stare at a quiet phone. Every silence reminds me of words I withheld from you. Now I'm paying the interest on debts overdue. I keep holding on to things that were meant to fade, counting the shadows from promises that we made. You took your coats, you took your keys, you took your time. Now I'm stuck in this corner, making your absence rhyme. If love was a fire, we burned through the wood too fast. Leaving me here with the spark that was built to last. Maybe in another life I learned to speak my mind before the bitter words are all we left behind. I pick up the lighter, pocket it in my coat, swallowing the confession stuck inside my throat. No second chances left to request or take, just a quiet realization of my own mistake. Flick the wheel once more, nothing catches. Table stays empty. I walk to the door. Yeah, babe. Bass from a passing sedan rattles your window frame. You take another slow sip, repeating her middle name. 3 days in this dim room, wearing the same gray shirt, trying to calculate how much a promise is worth. I brought the takeout, but it sits untouched on the floor. You keep your eyes glued tight to that locked front door. I know that silence cuts deep in a quiet apartment. I know you are wondering where all the warm feelings went. But typing out 5 pages won't bring her back around. Just listen to the city make its endless sound. Breathe before you hit send tonight. Put the screen face down in the dim blue light. You loved her heart, but the chapter closed. Lose, that is just the way the cold wind blows. I am right here in your corner, brother, take your time. You don't have to erase her, just leave her behind. Remember when we bought the beat-up sofa in June? She helped us carry it up under a full yellow moon. Now every corner of this place feels like a ghost town. Every picture in your head wants to tear you down. She made her choice when she packed that canvas bag. Stop checking if a green light is still on her tag. I know that silence cuts deep in a quiet apartment. I know you are wondering where all the warm feelings went. But typing out 5 pages won't bring her back around. Just listen to the city make its endless sound. Breathe before you hit send tonight. Put the screen face down in the dim blue light. You loved her heart, but the chapter closed. Lose, that is just the way the cold wind blows. I am right here in your corner, brother, take your time. You don't have to erase her, just leave her behind. We used to talk about the future like a guarantee. Now you are trapped in the past that you cannot unsee. It hurts to watch you bleed over somebody gone, so pass the bottle over, we can sit till dawn. You are gonna survive this, even if it feels like dying now. We will figure out the rest somehow. Sirens home, 3 blocks away. Tomorrow is another day. Put the phone down on the floor, let it sit in the dark. I got you, man, just breathe. Just breathe. Damn cedar and dry rain flow through the hallway as he packs his bag. He folds the heavy wool sweater she left behind on the back of the chair. There was no screaming match when the autumn turned cold, no shattered plates, just a quiet agreement that 2 people can love someone they cannot keep. He checks the counter for anything small he might have missed. Her perfume notes still drift through the kitchen air like a gentle ghost. He remembers the summer when they talked until the stars faded out. Now they sign their names on separate lines without saying a word. He steps out to the staircase with his collar pulled high, leaving the quiet behind him before the city wakes up. That is how 2 lovers learn distance without making a scene. They let the warmth slip away like water through tight fingers. He steps into the street while she stays asleep upstairs. Nothing left between them but a fading scent in the draft. She will open her eyes around 8 and notice the empty hook. His coat is gone and the apartment feels wider than it used to be. She pours her tea into a single mug and sits by the glass, watching the morning traffic creep through the rain. So boulevard, no harsh words were spoken, no promises broken on purpose. They simply outgrew the room they built together years ago. She remembers the nights they believed they were stronger than time. Now she folds his old sweater and puts it away in the back drawer. She walks to the balcony to catch the cold urban drift, watching his dark jacket vanish into the crowd below. That is how 2 lovers learn distance without making a scene. They let the warmth slip away like water through tight fingers. He steps into the street while she stays asleep upstairs. Nothing left between them but a fading scent in the draft. Sometimes love dies in a thunderstorm, loud and bright. Sometimes it just fades out in a quiet hallway before noon. No villain in the story, no heart that meant to break. Just two young hearts holding on to what they had to release. The hallway still smells like damp cedar and rain. He walks toward the subway station down on 42nd. She turns off the kitchen light and locks the front door. Two separate paths through the same quiet city street. Why does missing you feel heavier than loving you ever did? I stare at the ceiling grid, dots connected by faded smoke. You left your gray beanie on the back of my desk chair. It still smells like that cheap peach tea you loved. And now my brain is jumping to Tuesday nights on Fulton Street. We paid $6 for tacos and laughed until the train pulled in. Funny how a person becomes a memory in 24 hours. I was gonna text you about the rain outside, then I remembered I deleted your contact name last night. Now it's just 11 digits staring back like a stranger. My thoughts keep looping like an unreleased tape, trying to find the exact frame where we slipped away. Was it the silence after dinner or the way you pulled your hand back? I don't even know, I just know the room is too quiet now. What becomes of promises made underwater? We said forever like we had the ocean in our hands. Now I'm drowning in the spaces between my own breaths, watching the street lights leak through the vertical blinds. You're somewhere sleeping fine while I rewrite the ending over and over in the back of my mind. I walked past the bodega where we used to buy smart water. Guy behind the counter asked where my girl was at. I just shrugged and bought a pack of gum I didn't need, chewing on the taste of cold mint and regret. Remember when we swore we move out west by July? Now July's 3 weeks off, and I'm sitting on the floor alone, sorting through old receipts like they contain some secret code. You like the beat I made last winter, the one with the slow roads. I looped it for 3 hours straight just to feel you in the room. My thoughts keep looping like an unreleased tape, trying to find the exact frame where we slipped away. Was it the silence after dinner or the way you pulled your hand back? I don't even know, I just know the room is too quiet now. What becomes of promises made underwater? We said forever like we had the ocean in our hands. Now I'm drowning in the spaces between my own breaths, watching the street lights leak through the vertical blinds. You're somewhere sleeping fine while I rewrite the ending over and over in the back of my mind. Maybe love is just an echo that stays after the speaker turns off, a residual vibration sitting deep inside the chest wall. I keep thinking about your laughter on the roof at 2 in the morning. Then I think about the cold look you gave me at the curb. How can two completely different people wear the exact same face? It makes no sense, nothing makes sense when the beat stops. Just 11 digits on an illuminated screen, peach tea on an old acrylic beanie. What becomes of promises made underwater? I guess nobody knows, I guess nobody knows. The dark mahogany chair groans under the years of quiet regrets. I'm sitting right where you used to write her poems before the ink dried wet. Younger me, you are about to give up every piece of your own mind for a girl who only loves you when the city lights align. You think her laughter is the rhythm you need to stay alive tonight. You think that screaming at midnight means you two are fighting right. Put down the pen you are holding so tight. Save some breath for the upcoming fight. She will walk away when winter gets cold and leave you with stories that never got told. Keep your heart inside your coat, young brother. Do not give away the shelter meant for you to another. She is just a season passing through your smoke, not the anchor holding down the words you spoke. You will cry on this carpet, you will feel broken through, but I am sitting in the future telling you you'll make it through. I see you buying those roses with money you barely saved up. I see you learning how to swallow pride, pouring tears in a red cup. You think if you compromise enough, she will decide to stay, but love is not a debt you pay to stop someone walking away. When October hits, she will erase your name from her phone. You will stare at the ceiling, wondering why you feel so alone. Put down the pen you are holding so tight. Save some breath for the upcoming fight. She will walk away when winter gets cold and leave you with stories that never got told. Keep your heart inside your coat, young brother. Do not give away the shelter meant for you to another. She is just a season passing through your smoke, not the anchor holding down the words you spoke. You will cry on this carpet, you will feel broken through, but I am sitting in the future telling you you'll make it through. I know you will not listen because you think she is the one. You think the universe revolves around how her hair catches the sun. So go ahead and break, let the tear stains hit the floor. I will be right here waiting on the other side of that closed door. The chair still holds the weight of who we used to be. You survived the heartbreak so that you could become me. Keep your coat zipped up tight. You will be alright. Yeah, you told me yesterday that people change. You said it casual while paying for your tea. Your left index finger tapped twice against the glass counter. The small tear on your beige denim sleeve. A half-eaten oat bar sitting on the dashboard. Your phone battery stuck at 7%. You didn't adjust the rearview mirror like you always do. You used my full name when you said goodbye. I'm writing down the clues you didn't know you dropped. Every little shift before the music stopped. You blinked 3 times when I brought up July. You kept your gloves on inside the hallway. Small observations, catalog of falling out of love. The way you left the hallway light off when you walked above. The quarter-second delay before you smile back at me. The key ring missing the brass tag from my anniversary. Just little things I keep collecting in my head tonight. Proof that we were slipping out of sight. Yeah, you bought whole milk instead of almond for the fridge. You crossed the street before we even hit the bridge. Your playlist skipped the track we used to play on repeat. You left your sneakers half tied at your feet, a single strand of long dark hair on the passenger floor. You checked your watch 3 times while standing at the door. You laughed a little quieter than you did last week. The hesitation right before you kissed my cheek. I'm adding up the distance in the smallest marks, watching how the ember slowly loses sparks. You cleared your throat before you said you needed to sleep. Promises you didn't even care to keep. Small observations, catalog falling out of love. The way you left the hallway light off when you walked above. The quarter-second delay before you smiled back at me. The key ring missing the brass tag from my anniversary. Just little things I keep collecting in my head tonight. Proof that we were slipping out of sight. Yesterday you said we'd talk about it later on, and now later is a room where all your coats are gone. I notice how the salt shaker is turned the wrong way around, how every little detail makes a heavy sound. The silence where your phone charger used to sit, the matchbox with only one last match left in it. Small observations, catalog of falling out of love. The way you left the hallway light off when you walked above. The quarter-second delay before you smiled back at me. The key ring missing, the brass tag from our anniversary. Just little things I keep collecting in my head tonight. Proof that we were slipping out of sight. You told me yesterday that people change. Your mug is in the sink, the handle pointing left instead of right. Just small observations in the night. Curse remnant rubs against my palm, dragging my pulse right back to late November. The heavy wool of your oversized cardigan still holds the shape of the way you leaned into me on the subway. My thumbs trace the loose threads with your habit of twisting the seam wore down. Suddenly I'm sitting on that cramped couch in late winter, watching you laugh while the radiator clanks. You wore this every time the city dipped below 40 degrees. I can almost feel your collarbone against my cheek, warm under the heavy net. One touch of this fabric and the years dissolve like sugar in dark tea. I was sure I buried every remnant of your scent, but the weave holds on tighter than I ever could. Now the room swings around, flipping back pages. I promise never do reread. It is a full flashback hitting through the weave, catching me off guard in the dim light. We built a castle out of shared threads and heavy blankets. Now I am standing alone in the scrap pile. Every fiber remembers how you held me close before you let me go. I touched the seam and I am right back in the kitchen, listening to you walk out the door. Smooth satin lining touches my knuckles, cool as the final word you tossed across the bedroom. You told me we were running out of pattern, matching patterns that do not fit no more. I remember the night you spilled red wine on the cuff and tried to rub it out with warm water, laughing at your own clumsiness. Yeah, that stain is still there, muted pink now, like a permanent marker on a chapter we abandoned. I drag my fingers across the frayed hem, feeling the exact texture of the moment we gave up trying. One touch of this fabric and the years dissolve like sugar in dark tea. I was sure I buried every remnant of your scent, but the weave holds on tighter than I ever could. Now the room swings around, flipping back pages. I promise never to reread. It is a full flashback hitting through the weave, catching me off guard in the dim light. We built a castle out of shared threads and heavy blankets. Now I am standing alone in the scrap pile. Every fiber remembers how you held me close before you let me go. I touched the seam and I am right back in the kitchen, listening to you walk out the door. Clothes do not forget the bodies that lived inside them. They keep the weight, the warmth, the silent friction of two people drifting apart. I hold the sleeve to my chest like a lifeline, but it is just caught in an empty air. Memory is a tactile ghost pulling me under every time I reach for something real. Frayed edges between my fingers, just a heavy sweater on an empty chair. I fold it slow, but the memory stays unfolded, still feeling the weave long after you walked away. 12:08 blinks from the kitchen wall. I close my eyes and fast forward through it all. 10 years ahead, maybe 12 or 15. A crowded lobby or a coffee machine. Yeah, you will be in charcoal, gray hair at your temple, holding a briefcase, looking grown and simple. I will have a ring or a coat I barely wear. walking right past you without a single stare. Will we pretend that our names got erased, or glance for a second to check time and space? My heart drops a beat just imagining the cold. Two strangers who used to share stories untold. In that future imagined moment down the line, you will turn around and your eyes will meet mine. No anger left, no tears left to spill, just two old fires sitting frozen and still. We will smile real small and keep walking our ways, leaving our history back in younger days. Yeah. I picture a rainy Tuesday afternoon, a quiet bookstore underneath the moon. You were reaching for a title on the high top shelf. I am buying black tea just to comfort myself. Our fingers might brush over leather and spine, a quick excuse me that cuts like a line. You won't ask if I ever healed from the dent, I won't ask where all those promises went. Will we pretend that our names got erased, or glance for a second to check time and space? My heart drops a beat just imagining the cold. Two strangers who used to share stories untold. In that future imagined moment down the line, you will turn around and your eyes will meet mine. No anger left, no tears left to spill, just two old fires sitting frozen and still. We will smile real small and keep walking our ways, leaving our history back in younger days. Right now we are screaming, we are tearing at threads, replaying every word that both of us said. But time is a river that smooths out the stone, it turns every wildfire into quiet unknown. I know how this ends before we even part. A gentle, polite little punch to the heart. In that future imagined moment down the line, you will turn around and your eyes will meet mine. No anger left, no tears left to spill, just two old fires sitting frozen still. We will smile real small and keep walking our ways, leaving our history back in younger days. 12:08 blinks on the digital screen. We are still in the present, caught in between. I look at your face while you sleep next to me, knowing one day we will be ancient history. The store breast token sits beside my glass. I keep turning it over, letting seconds pass. You said you would call when the train crossed downtown, but the clock ticks forward and the rain pours down. I am sitting with my shadows in this quiet room, trading sweet old promises for tonight's thick gloom. We used to talk about forever like a simple plan. Now I am trying to remember how the distance began. My chest gets heavy every time I hear the phone, hoping for a message that leaves me alone. We built a castle out of whispered words. Now it is just the quietest thing I have ever heard. I am bargaining with memories inside my head, rewinding every single line you ever said. We fell apart without a sudden spark or a sound, just two quiet lovers letting go and backing down. If love was a debt, then I paid my share. So why am I standing here reaching for air? I trace the scratched edges where the paint peeled thin. The arcade night in June, you laughed and pushed me in. We spent our last $5 on a card machine prize, watching late night neon reflecting in your eyes. Now the apartment feels too big for just one heart. Every piece of furniture reminded me we are apart. I analyze the silence like a crime scene now, wondering if we broke or if we just forgot how. I'm bargaining with memories inside my head, rewinding every single line you ever said. We fell apart without a sudden spark or sound, just two quiet lovers letting go and backing down. If love was a debt and I paid my share, so why am I standing here reaching for air? Maybe we were always running out of time, trying to make a reason out of every line. I do not hold a grudge, I just hold the space where you used to say your keys before you turned your face. This brass token stays right where you left it down. The city keeps moving through the sleepiest town. I put my jacket on, turn off the kitchen light. I guess I am finally letting you go tonight. Distant brake squeal pierces through the evening fog while you sit on my stoop. You haven't touched that lukewarm drink, just staring at your shoes in the loop. I watched you give 3 solid years to someone who was half checked out. Now you are asking where you felt, letting every quiet thought spark doubt. She packed her bags before the daylight hit, left a ring beside the sink. You keep replaying every single word, never stopping just to breathe or think. Put the glass down, clear your heavy chest. You gave her everything, now give yourself a rest. I know it hurts to feel the house go cold, but some stories end before they get old. Stop looking at her pictures when the night gets late. You cannot rewrite what she left to fate. I am standing right here, I got your back, my friend. This feels like dying, but it is not the end. Set the phone down, let the screen stay black. You fought for love, now take your dignity back. Remember back in 22 when you swore you were doing fine. You always hide behind a quiet smile when you crossed that breaking line. I saw the way you held her coat, the way you bent to match her pace. You lost yourself inside a world and erased your own place. Now the apartment smells like empty rooms and burnt out scented wax. You call me up at midnight asking how a broken spirit tracks. Put the glass down, clear your heavy chest. You gave her everything, now give yourself a rest. I know it hurts to feel the house go cold, but some stories end before they get old. Stop looking at her pictures when the night gets late. You cannot rewrite what she left to fate. I am standing right here, I got your back, my friend. This feels like dying, but it is not the end. Set the phone down, let the screen stay black. You fought for love, now take your dignity back. We grew up on these blocks together, learned to take a punch. Love isn't supposed to bleed you dry or ruin every hunch. It takes a real man to pack his heart and walk away clean. You deserve a vision that isn't stuck behind a glowing screen. So leave the porch light off tonight. We can sit right here in silence till the city turns white. I got you, brother, step by step. This is the promise that I kept. burnt lavender oil hangs thick inside the narrow hallway, tracing every step she took toward the heavy oak door. Marcus sits on the edge of a warm velvet sofa, holding a silver ring box he never found the nerve to open. Maya packed a leather tote with silent efficiency, while the radiator rattled against the floorboards. 2 years of shared takeout boxes and Sunday soul records condensed into 3 cardboard crates by the radiator. Neither one of them spoke a single word about the winter coming. They just watched the yellow street lights flicker through the Venetian blinds. Love became a quiet negotiation, where both sides slowly surrendered. Now 2 shadows walk down the Grand Concourse, taking different subway lines into the dark. He keeps her green cardigan folded in his closet. She keeps his Polaroids buried in her park. They built a quiet empire out of midnight promises, but burned the blueprints before the morning could spark. It is the softest kind of heartbreak, when 2 good people just fall apart. Maya stands beneath the dim neon sign at the corner bodega, pulling her collar high against the river chill. She remembers how his laughter used to soften when the bass line dropped low in his beat-up sedan. Now her phone display glows with notifications from friends who assume she is still at his place. He leaves a single unread message on her screen, but she lets the screen dim back to black. Neither one of them spoke a single word about the winter coming. They just watched the yellow streetlights flicker through the Venetian blinds. Love became a quiet negotiation, where both sides slowly surrendered. Now 2 shadows walk down the Grand Concourse, taking different subway lines into the dark. He keeps her green cardigan folded in his closet. She keeps his Polaroids buried in her park. They built a quiet empire out of midnight promises, but burned the blueprints before the morning could spark. It is the softest kind of heartbreak, when 2 good people just fall apart. No dramatic scenes played out on the front stoop, no shattered glass on the kitchen tile, no voices raised in anger. Just 2 young adults realizing their dreams required different addresses. He turns off the porch lamp for the last time tonight. She leans her head against the cold glass of the northbound bus. The faint trace of lavender fades into the chilly night air. Marcus locks the chain bolt. Maya closes her eyes as the city sweeps past. 2 shadows moving on.